Supercharged Minneapolis and AJ's Garage. And this is my 2010 Viper ACR VooDoo Edition. It's one of 31 made. This is number 29. We'll start at the front here. This is all stock body. Like, this is how they come from the factory, which is really neat, really aggressive, as you can see. They got a lower carbon splitter with these Delrin plastic inserts. So this one actually removes, and it, if you're driving on the street, this can kind of get chewed up. So they actually have it removable. You get the stakes in the front, the carbon winglets. And then a unique thing on Vipers, and most people don't know, they think a hood latch is underneath inside the car. Actually, it is right here. Pull that, and then a secondary slap hinge right there. So the VooDoo Edition, Ralph Gills is the old president, CEO of SRT division. I believe he wanted a unit for himself, like a nice one. So he had this one, I believe, commissioned and to his spec. And the first one was his. The first one of 31 was his. So that one was actually sold at Barrett-Jackson last year for an unseen amount of money. There's one going up today actually for sale on Barrett-Jackson. And then we'll see what that one does, and maybe this one will go up for sale. But I've got number 29. The really neat thing about the VooDoos are the paint stripe. It's specific to all those units. There's no other version like that out there. VooDoo is all black. It's black wheels, black paint, black top, black back, with the gray stripe with the red outlining, pinstriping. Like I said, these are all actually signed by Ralph Gills, so I have a live signature of his on the center console. So it's a pretty neat thing to have. Yep, so all ACRs are going to be the same motor, same power, same transplant, same everything. It's literally paint schemes that are the differentiators. My past couple Vipers that I've had have been, my first one was a black with a red stripe here, and that was one of 13. My second one was a white one, the black center stripe. That was one of 3. And this is one of 31. And the one up top there I have is like one of 18 or something like that. So they're all paint differences, that's it. Motor-wise, they're all the same. This one in particular actually has a full bolt-on, as we call it. Intake, headers, exhaust, and it's got a Mopar ECU, and then there's a company called Aero Tuning. They do like an update to the tune, just add a little bit more. So this has got all that stuff, all that updates. They typically make about 580 to 600 wheel horsepower, and then about 590, 600 wheel torque. So it's pretty potent, but the V10 8.4-liter, I mean, they're strong as it is. 8.4-liter V10. This one in particular has headers and full exhaust system. So we've gone ahead and had the heat shields put in, so with the headers they make a lot more heat. So we got the shields put in place here. Same on that side. So this one actually was spun out, and the panels were just damaged, so that was it. So there's a company in Chicago that rebuilt it. Actually sold to a gentleman in town here. A friend of mine actually bought it, and he went through and redid the whole thing. So it is, I mean, it's better than factory now. The paint is meticulous, OEM panels, great shape. So he had sold it to a gentleman. That guy enjoyed it for a few years. He hit it really big in the stock market with a certain company's stock, and he made a boatload of money. So he thought, screw it, I'm gonna splurge. So I bought him a 720S McLaren. It was a very unique car. It was typically they MSRP for like 280s. This was a 380 MSRP. It had 100 grand worth of carbon fiber on it. 100 grand worth of carbon fiber. So I actually bought that for him, and then he traded this into me. To get your hands on a VooDoo is like unheard of. They are super rare cars to find. These wheels, so ACRs, the unique thing on them is they got these lightweight 5-spoke wheels. They've got 2-piece rotors, and then they've actually got Coney adjustable shocks, some really high-grade shocks from the factory. They are coilovers, so you can, adjust the height up and down, and they are adjustable too. Coming here to the back, this wing is what ACRs are known for. Very tall, very out there wing. This car is set at, I think it's 120 miles an hour. It actually produces 1,000 foot-pounds of weight in the back. So when you are road coursing, or if you go to any of those high-speed half-mile runs, you'll see some of those ACR Extremes twin turbo ones have these big wings. And then you'll see, if you get down here, these stakes down here, you'll see some of these are actually rubbed out. And that's from when they're driving so fast, the amount of pressure pushing down on them, these stakes actually go down to the ground. Most of these cars have gone into collections. I have personally seen one other one in person, and I know of like maybe 4 that are, you know, in the Viper community. So the fact that, you know, I got one of these is pretty rare, pretty unique. But we can go to the inside now. So we got this center console that's painted in a charcoal. It matches the stripe that's on the car. And then we got this little nameplate here, the limited edition Viper, the VooDoo Edition. You'll see it says number 29 of 31, so this is number 29. And then really the neat feature right here is the signature. So this is Ralph Gill's actual signature. You can see it's in paint marker. So otherwise the interior is pretty much stock. I do have harnesses in here. So all Viper ACRs actually come with mounts for harnesses. It's behind the seat. There's a little island. This car, Vipers are, they're for drivers. You really need to know how to drive a car. There's no nannies in this. There's no traction control. There's ABS brakes, but that's only can take you so far. When they wipe out, they go. You better hang on. So it's a driver's car, very fun car. Very exotic looking. I mean, it's just low, slung, wide, big wing in the back. They're loud. They sound amazing. So on the Vipers, the biggest thing what makes them different versus a regular coupe is that they have the full aero kit. So in the front, you saw the splitter down there. You saw the side stakes, the winglets. And then we got this big wing in the back here. So the whole purpose of that is for downforce. So you have air that's coming in the front over the car, going underneath and over the top. You got a little gurney flap over here. This is what's planting the car down. So on the racetrack, as you're going through curves, you know, going down the straightaway, you've got the car being pushed down by that additional airflow that's going over the top and going over the bottom and pushing down on this car. Now, most people, you know, they put a wing on the back and they think it's the coolest thing ever. I've been tracking cars for many years, and I had a wing in the back, a tall wing like this, but nothing in the front. And what's interesting is when you're going around the curves, you feel the back end being planted. The front end actually gets lighter because there's nothing in the front to counteract the rear weight. When you're going down the straightaway, I also felt, you know, as you're going 150 miles an hour, the front end is starting to lift a little bit and the back end is really squatting. So you need to have front and rear aero to work together to push the car down as a whole. Yeah, I've only had like 14 of them or so. Yeah. Yeah, 14. I got 3 here right now. They're really fun, unique cars. You just don't see them in town that often, and that's why I like them. You know, I like unique stuff.
That's the end of the video, guys. If you stuck around till the end, thank you. I do appreciate that. A big thank you also goes out to AJ for letting me drive his cars, review his cars, help him share his story about the vehicles that he owns. I will leave all the information to Eurocharge Minneapolis down in the description below. I'll also include AJ's Garage, which is his car dealership business as well. If you're looking for a supercar or any type of a car, he's the man to contact. He's the man to talk to. He'll get you sitting in the right car. So that being said, we will catch you guys on the next video. Thank you. Peace.